English learners, welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today, we're bringing you a lesson that was requested by one of our listeners.
Yes, that's right. We got a request for a dialogue about a receptionist.
So, a receptionist at an office or at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So, today's dialogue is simple, but we're going to be looking at some really great phrases.
Yeah, phrases that will help you sound really, really professional and really fluent.
So we are at an office today, and the receptionist is greeting somebody that has an appointment.
All right, let's see what happens.
Good afternoon. May I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see Joanna Stevens. I have an appointment at 4.
Certainly. May I take your name? I'll let her know you've arrived.
Sure, it's Josh O'Neill.
Miss Stevens will be with you momentarily. Can I offer you something to drink?
Yes, coffee would be nice, thank you.
Here you are. Miss Stevens is ready for you now. I'll show you to her office, right this way. Just watch your step here. Ah!
Well, that's pretty embarrassing, hey?
That was embarrassing. That's what happens to women when they wear high heels. See?
Actually, that happened to me last weekend.
Really?
I fell down the stairs and my knees are quite blue.
Oh no, see? High heels are dangerous. I don't know why women wear them.
Well, I don't know, but that's not what we're here to discover.
Right. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these great phrases in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Well, I really liked how this receptionist used some excellent phrases to sound really professional. And one thing she said was, certainly.
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 So why did she say certainly?
Well, this is a nice way to respond, to make the other person know that you understand what they said.
So Josh O'Neill said, yes, I'm here to see you, Joanna Stevens. I have an appointment at 4.
Certainly.
So she is saying, I understand what you said.
Yes.
And then she said, may I take your name?
May I take your name?
May I take your name?
So this is a nice way of saying,
what is your name?
yeah.
So now this is really important because if you said, what is your name? Is that correct?
It's correct, but it's not really very...
Exactly. Or I would say polite to a certain extent.
Yes.
Okay.
So may I take your name?
May I take your name?
You use this phrase when you are going to write down the person's name.
Right. So if you meet somebody on the street or at a bar, you wouldn't say, may I take your name?
No.
Right.
Unless you're going to write it down.
So usually for an office setting where the receptionist has to write down the name.
Yes. All right, one more phrase. Ms. Stevens will be with you momentarily.
Okay. Miss Stevens will be with you momentarily.
Will be with you momentarily.
Okay, so this is really polite.
Yes.
Momentarily, what does that mean?
In a moment.
In a
Soon.
moment. Soon. Again, she could have said, Miss Stevens will come out soon, or Miss Stevens will see you in a minute.
Yes.
But that's, again, it's not really that polite, right?
Yeah, so when you want to be formal, you can say, Ms. Stevens will be with you momentarily.
Okay, that's a really nice phrase.
All right, there's so much in this dialogue, so many great, wonderful, polite phrases. So why don't we listen to it one more time, but this time, slow down.
Good afternoon. May I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see Joanna Stevens. I have an appointment at 4.
Certainly. May I take your name? I'll let her know you've arrived.
Sure. It's Josh O'Neill.
Miss Stevens will be with you momentarily. Can I offer you something to drink?
Yes, coffee would be nice. Thank you.
Here you are. Miss Stevens is ready for you now. I'll show you to her office. Right this way. Just watch your step here.
Okay, so it's pretty clear now, but there are still a couple of phrases that I would like to look at. So why don't we look at the last two sentences?
Okay.
Miss Stevens is ready for you now.
Ms. Stevens is ready for you now.
Miss Stevens is ready for you. So when she says ready for you, what does that mean?
Prepared to speak to you.
Okay. So instead of saying Miss Stevens is ready or Miss Stevens can see you now,
Yes.
you use this great little phrase, is ready for you. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then she said, I'll show you to her office.
I'll show you to her office.
I'll show you to her office.
This is a lovely way of saying, I will take you to the office.
I will take you to
Yep.
the office. And she followed it by saying, right this way.
Right this way.
Right this way.
So, again, walk this way.
Walk this way.
Yep.
This way, please.
Yes, right this way. It sounds really, really nice, really polite, really welcoming.
Right. And especially if you use it together, right? I'll show you to her office. Right this way, please.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a really great way of being polite to somebody at an office.
Now, the final useful phrase, watch your step.
Watch your step.
Watch your step.
So, watch your step. You see that everywhere in
Yeah.
signs.
Be careful.
Be careful where you step.
Yes, be careful where you're walking.
Okay. So, obviously, she didn't watch her step and
She fell.
she fell. Okay, so really great phrases. Let's listen to this dialogue one last time.
Good afternoon. May I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see Joanna Stevens. I have an appointment at 4.
Certainly. May I take your name? I'll let her know you've arrived.
Sure, it's Josh O'Neill.
Miss Stevens will be with you momentarily. Can I offer you something to drink?
Yes, coffee would be nice. Thank you.
Here you are. Miss Stevens is ready for you now. I'll show you to her office. Right this way. Just watch your step here.
All right, so a really simple dialogue, but with a lot of good phrases in there. And it's also a good review for more advanced students, right?
Yeah, remember, like these phrases can really help you sound more professional, more welcoming, more polite, basically.
Okay.
Good morning. How may I help you today?
Hi, I have an appointment scheduled.
Certainly. May I take your name, please?
It's Alex Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Let me check.
Sure, take your time.
Here you are. You're meeting with Ms. Thompson at 10:30.
That's correct.
She will be with you momentarily. Would you like some water while you wait?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
All right. Please have a seat. I'll let her know you're here.
Thanks.
Mr. Carter, Ms. Thompson is ready for you now.
Great. Thank you.
I'll show you to her office. Right this way, please.
Okay, I'm following you.
Watch your step here. The floor is slightly uneven.
Thanks for the heads up.
Here we are. Ms. Thompson's office is just through this door.
Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Have a great meeting.
I will. Have a good day.
The English Pod audio review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Without doubt, of course.
Certainly.
Polite way to ask for someone's name.
May I take your name?
Tell someone.
Let someone know.
In a very short time.
Momentarily.
Is prepared to meet with you.
Be ready for you.
Show a person the way to a place.
Show someone to.
Phrase you use to show someone the direction to walk.
Right this way.
Secretary.
Administrative assistant. Lobby.
The desk at the entrance of a building where the receptionist sits.
Front desk.
Receive and direct phone calls.
Field calls.
A system used to connect phone calls to many different phone lines within a building.
Switchboard. Let's try that faster. Lobby.
Show a person the way to a place.
Show someone to.
Secretary.
Administrative assistant.
Without doubt, of course.
Certainly.
Receive and direct phone calls.
Field calls.
Is prepared to meet with you.
Be ready for you.
Phrase you use to show someone the direction to walk.
Right this way.
Tell someone.
Let someone know.
Polite way to ask for someone's name.
May I take your name?
A system used to connect phone calls to many different phone lines within a building.
Switchboard.
The desk at the entrance of a building where the receptionist sits.
Front desk.
In a very short time.
Momentarily. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. May I take your last name, please? May I take your phone number and call you back later? May I take your full name and ID number, please? Momentarily. Food will arrive momentarily. Momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, the movie will begin momentarily. Momentarily. The flight was delayed, but it will arrive momentarily. Right this way. I will show you where the bathroom is. Right this way, please. Right this way. The meeting room is right this way. Right this way. Right this way, please. The exit is straight ahead. Watch your step here. The floor is wet. Please watch your step on the stairs. Watch your step as you exit the train. Hello everyone and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and we're shoe shopping again.
That's right, we are going shoe shopping, but this time it's a little bit more complicated because we're getting women's shoes.
That's right. So there are so many different kinds of women's shoes. I'm not even sure I know them all myself, but in this intermediate level lesson, we're going to cover some of the basics for you.
That's right. So before we jump into this dialogue, we have a word that we want to preview with you today, and let's take a look at it now on Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
Okay, so we're shopping today for a certain kind of shoe. It's not a sports shoe, it's a dress shoe.
Okay, that kind of doesn't make sense because a dress is a noun, a shoe is a noun. And so you want to get a shoe that's a dress?
No. A dress shoe is a style of shoe. It means shoes that you wear when you're wearing fancy clothes.
So it's kind of like a formal shoe. A dress shoe is for a shoe, a type of shoe that would go well with a dress.
That's right, not sneakers. But don't be fooled. This is not about dresses, because men can wear dress shoes too.
That's right.
It means shoes you would wear to a conference or to a wedding or to church. So these are things that are a little bit fancier than everyday shoes.
Okay, awesome. So we're shopping for a dress shoe, and there are so many types and styles of shoes for women. So why don't we listen to our dialogue for the first time, and we'll be back in a second.
Hi, excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a dress shoe. My usual pair that I've had for years have finally been stretched out of shape. They don't provide any support anymore.
Sure. What kind of shoe are you looking for? We've got strappy sandals, sleek high heels, edgy pumps. If you're looking for something a little more practical, we've got Mary Janes, ballerinas.
Show me some classic high heels, please.
Okay, right this way. What color did you have in mind?
Black. Classic.
Of course, we've got this style here that is very popular. Because it's an open-toe shoe, you can wear it any time of the year. They look great on everyone.
Too shiny. And I wear pantyhose with my shoes, so let's look for a closed-toe shoe.
Okay, these are a very nice pair of leather shoes with a 2-inch heel, so they are very comfortable.
I don't like the pointed toes. Let me take a look at what else you have. Too high. That one looks like the back would cut into my heel. I have a high instep, so I doubt that one would fit properly. I don't want bows. I find slingbacks very uncomfortable. Those might as well be stilettos. Too modern. Ah, finally! This is what I'm looking for.
What size?
7.5.
Here we are. How does it fit?
Not good. They're too tight. The length is right, but the shoe is too narrow and it's pinching my toes. And there'd be no room for my insoles. You know what? I don't think I have the patience for this today. They just don't make shoes like they used to. I'll come back another time.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
All right, we're back. So a lot of shoe styles, as you noticed, a lot of them are very, I don't know, I don't even know what they are. So why don't we try and explain them now on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
So the first kind of shoe we've got here is very popular in the summer. It's called a strappy sandal.
A strappy sandal. So we know what a sandal is.
Yep.
It's kind of like what you wear to the beach. It's a shoe that it doesn't really cover your whole foot, just the bottom.
It's very open.
Mm-hmm. And well, what about strappy?
Strappy comes from the word strap. So strap is like a thin piece of fabric or leather that connects other pieces. And so a strappy sandal means that it's got many of these different little straps on it, many lines everywhere that connect it. So it's very open. It's made of many different thin pieces.
Okay, good. So we have a strappy sandal, basically a sandal with many straps. And well, she went on to describe sleek high heel. So this is a two-part thing here. Sleek is an adjective, which basically means really cool looking.
Or more like it's pretty and fancy and usually sleek things are also kind of simple. Like a Jaguar is a very sleek car.
Okay. And so this is the adjective to describe the high heels. So we have high heels.
Okay, we have high heels that are kind of fancy shoe. Basically, these are shoes that are not flat. So the heel is very tall.
That's right. So basically, this is what a lot of women wear with dresses. Basically, the heel has a piece that kind of sticks out and makes the woman look taller. So basically, it's like they're walking on the tips of their toes the entire time.
Right, and they make click, clack, click, clack.
Exactly.
They make that sound. But there are different kinds of heels, okay? High heels obviously means that they're tall. You can have low heels, too. Those are shorter.
Okay.
But high heels, there are different kinds. One kind is pumps.
Pumps, okay? In the dialogue, we actually saw the salesman describe them as edgy pumps. So edgy, what does edgy mean, though?
Edgy means cool or hip.
All right.
So young people like to wear edgy clothes, like rock and roll kind of clothes. Not so much older people.
Okay. And pumps are a type of high heel, you say, but what is the difference?
Well, pumps basically are the kind of simple heel that a woman will wear with a pantsuit or with a skirt to the office. And so they usually have a closed toe, and they're quite simple heels.
Okay. And the opposite, or, well, maybe a little bit different from pumps, would be stilettos.
So stilettos are a very special kind of heel. Stiletto. It refers basically to the difference in the back of the shoe where you have the heel. Because sometimes heels are kind of thick and heavy and they make the clunk clunk sound.
Right.
But stilettos are very, very, very thin and very, very tall.
Okay. So stiletto heels. I think it's probably easier to walk with pumps rather than stilettos, right?
Stilettos are famous for being very, very hard to walk in. It's almost like the back of your heel is a chopstick.
Wow. I cannot imagine doing that. All right, so this is the classification of our high heels. Why don't we move on now to Mary Jane's?
Okay, so we've got high heels and heels, but we also have flats. These are flat shoes. So one important kind of flat is a Mary Jane. Sounds like a name, right?
Yeah, it is a name, right? Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
So what type of shoe is this?
This is basically usually a leather shoe, but it can be different materials. And it's round in the front, and it has one strap, and they're very cute.
Okay.
Usually little girls wear Mary Janes, but they're pretty popular these days with older people too.
Okay. So they're round in the front, they are usually black, and they have one little strap that goes over the top of your foot. Mary Jane's. Okay. All right, so we've taken a look at Mary Jane's. Now moving on to, I think it's a similar type of shoe, ballerina shoes.
Well, ballerina shoes are similar because they're flat, but that's about it. Ballerina shoes are very, very thin. They're very, very weak. And usually they're pretty simple. They're pink or white or black. And they're almost like a slipper.
Okay, so they don't have the strap on top.
No, they're stretchy, and you just slide them onto your foot. It's named after dancers, ballerinas. You know, the dancers who wear pink, and they put their hair up, and they spin around. And they're not hard on the bottom. They're usually quite soft, and they're always flat.
So maybe these ballerina shoes, they're not the specific types of shoes for dancing if you're a ballerina.
Right.
But maybe they're more adequate for maybe walking around the house or something. You don't really go out hiking with ballerina shoes.
No, you don't go out hiking, but they're very popular to wear now to school or work.
Okay. And the other type of shoes that we had, actually, this was really confusing to me. Slingback shoes.
Well, slingbacks can be hard because they can be heels. They could be pumps, but it basically refers to a part of the shoe.
Okay.
So normal shoes, they cover the back of your foot, but slingbacks have one strap in the back. So maybe if I look at my foot in a slingback, I can see part of my heel.
Right. Okay, so slingbacks have a little strap on the back of your heel since the shoe doesn't close in the back.
Right.
Okay, but you also have high heels and women's shoes that don't close in the back, but that you don't have a strap in the back either, right?
Those are open shoes.
Open shoes.
Yeah, they're open in the back. But a slingback, there's one strap that keeps your shoe on.
Okay. A lot of different types of shoes we've just taken a look at. Why don't we go back, listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back shortly with Fluency Builder.
Hi, excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a dress shoe. My usual pair that I've had for years have finally been stretched out of shape. They don't provide any support anymore.
Sure. What kind of shoe are you looking for? We've got strappy sandals, sleek high heels, edgy pumps. If you're looking for something a little more practical, we've got Mary Jane's, ballerinas.
Show me some classic high heels, please.
Okay, right this way. What color did you have in mind?
Black. Classic.
Of course. We've got this style here that is very popular. Because it's an open-toe shoe, you can wear it any time of the year. They look great on everyone.
Too shiny. And I wear pantyhose with my shoes, so let's look for a closed-toe shoe.
Okay, these are a very nice pair of leather shoes with a 2-inch heel, so they are very comfortable.
I don't like the pointed toes. Let me take a look at what else you have. Too high. That one looks like the back would cut into my heel. I have a high instep, so I doubt that one would fit properly. I don't want bows. I find slingbacks very uncomfortable. Those might as well be stilettos. Too modern. Finally! This is what I'm looking for.
What size?
7.5.
Here we are. How does it fit?
Not good. They're too tight. The length is right, but the shoe is too narrow and it's pinching my toes. And there'd be no room for my insoles. You know what? I don't think I have the patience for this today. They just don't make shoes like they used to. I'll come back another time.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at 5 key things on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, well, the reason we're shopping today is because the woman needs a new pair of shoes because her old shoes can't be worn anymore. What's wrong with them, Marco?
She said that they were stretched out of shape.
Okay, so to stretch or to be stretched out, this means that maybe they've been pulled and worn and they're stretched so much that they don't have the original shape anymore.
Right. So just imagine you have a new t-shirt and all of a sudden somebody takes you from your t-shirt and pulls you really hard. And usually what happens is this t-shirt is going to be stretched out of shape. You pulled it so hard that it loses its original form. So now maybe the neck is very low or the t-shirt is too long on one side.
Right.
So that's what happens when you stretch something out of shape.
Great.
Okay.
So her old shoes are stretched out of shape and they don't provide support anymore.
Okay. So to provide support. Now, what kind of support is she referring to?
She's talking about foot support. So, for example, slippers are a kind of shoe, basically, that don't provide support. They're very soft. But can you walk around all day in slippers? No, it doesn't help your foot. But if you're trying to find shoes that are really good for walking, you need to find ones that provide support. That means that always support your foot, the bottom of your foot. Otherwise, your foot gets too tired.
Not only the bottom, but it could be also your ankle. For example, if you can't really go hiking with shoes like these with sandals because obviously you're walking around rocks and it doesn't provide support on your ankle. Maybe you can hurt your ankle if you don't have it.
So maybe a hiking boot will provide more support.
Exactly. All right. And then the woman also mentioned that, it's hard for her to find a shoe because she said, I have a high instep.
Okay, so think about the foot. You've got toes in the very front and a heel in the very back, but in the middle, on top, you have the instep. So this is basically the top of your foot.
Okay. So if she has a high instep, it means that her foot is kind of thick.
That's right. Some people have thin feet. She has kind of a thick foot. So fitting her foot into a shoe is sometimes hard.
Right. We're not talking about the width of the foot. We're talking about the height,
Like
or how tall it is.
From the bottom to the top of the foot.
Right. So that's what she means by high instep. And, they also mentioned different types of shoes. She said she didn't want an open-toe shoe. She wanted a closed-toe shoe.
That's right. So this is a really important classification for women's shoes, especially. Open-toe means that the toe of the shoe, the very, very front, has a hole or an opening, so you can see the toes.
Right.
Closed toe is the opposite. So personally, in the wintertime, I always wear closed-toed shoes because I think open-toe shoes are too cold.
Too cold. Okay. So that's basically it. I guess men, we don't really have this type of shoe between open toe and closed toe.
No, maybe, no, you don't really. But heels, maybe, you could have an open toe. You can have an open toe shoe or a closed toed shoe.
Right. Okay. So a lot of interesting things. This is useful for women out there and also for boyfriends. Maybe now you know what type of shoe your girlfriend may want.
That's right.
All right. So let's listen to this dialogue for the last time and we'll be back shortly.
Hi, excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a dress shoe. My usual pair that I've had for years have finally been stretched out of shape. They don't provide any support anymore.
Sure. What kind of shoe are you looking for? We've got strappy sandals, sleek high heels, edgy pumps. If you're looking for something a little more practical, we've got Mary Janes, ballerinas.
Show me some classic high heels, please.
Okay, right this way. What color did you have in mind?
Black. Classic.
Of course. We've got this style here that is very popular. Because it's an open-toe shoe, you can wear it any time of the year. They look great on everyone.
Too shiny. And I wear pantyhose with my shoes, so let's look for a closed-toe shoe.
Okay, these are a very nice pair of leather shoes with a 2-inch heel, so they are very comfortable.
I don't like the pointed toes. Let me take a look at what else you have. Too high. That one looks like the back would cut into my heel. I have a high instep, so I doubt that one would fit properly. I don't want bows. I find slingbacks very uncomfortable. Those might as well be stilettos. Too modern. Ah, finally! This is what I'm looking for.
What size?
7.5.
Here we are. How does it fit?
Not good. They're too tight. The length is right, but the shoe is too narrow and it's pinching my toes. And there'd be no room for my insoles. You know what? I don't think I have the patience for this today. They just don't make shoes like they used to. I'll come back another time.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
All right, so talking about shoes, there's so many types, and I think women are notoriously famous for having a lot of shoes. Why is this?
Some women are. Some women aren't. It depends on the person. But part of the problem, as you said earlier, is that there's so many different kinds of women's shoes that now we expect women to have a different pair of shoes for every different occasion. Work shoes, hiking shoes, running shoes, wedding shoes.
Right.
I don't know, summer shoes, winter shoes, fall shoes. So you need so many different kinds of shoes. You end up buying many different kinds.
I think that that's true, and also basically, women like to look nice, so that's why, you do your makeup, you have earrings, and they have nice bags. So I guess it's also part of it is that you pay more attention to what type of shoe you're wearing that maybe goes well with the outfit. I think maybe guys, not all guys obviously, as well as not all women, but guys are a little bit more generic, because like jeans pretty much go well with any type of shoe as long as it's maybe black or brown, right? Or something like this.
True. Although I know a lot of guys who have many different kinds of shoes.
True. It takes up a lot of space in the closet as well.
It does. Shoes are hard to carry around.
And actually, I find it kind of hard to get rid of my shoes. I think they have to be ripped or just completely unwearable in order for me to throw a shoe away, because otherwise it's still, you can still wear it sometimes on the weekends.
No, that's true. Although I tend to wear my shoes down. That means I wear them until they die.
Really?
And
Actually,
then I throw them away.
I've had shoes that I've worn the soles down, and then I just get the sole changed because I like the shoe so much.
Oh. Well, let us know. Do you guys like to buy shoes? Do you have a lot of shoes? Maybe you don't have that many shoes. We're curious to know about this in other cultures as well, because I know in the States, in the United States, shoe shopping is very, very popular.
In Holland, they have traditional wooden shoes.
Yeah, they do. Those are called clogs.
Clogs. So let us know maybe what type of shoes are also very unique to your country or culture. We're at EnglishPod.com. We'll see everyone there.
Bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Something that holds a person. Support. A shoe with a bottom part having straps. Strappy sandals. A low-cut, low-heeled shoe. Edgy pump. The shoe with the toes exposed. Open-toed shoe. The length of the heel is 2 inches. 2-inch heel. The shoe having a narrow top. Pointed shoe. Squeeze between the thumb and a finger. Pinch. The inner sole of a shoe. Insole. Tight and hurts the body with a sharp thing. Cut into.
Let's try that faster.
The length of the heel is 2 inches. 2-inch heel. Tight and hurts the body with a sharp thing. Cut into. The inner sole of a shoe. Insole. Something that holds a person. Support. A shoe with the bottom part having straps. Strappy sandals. The shoe having a narrow top. Pointed shoe. Squeeze between the thumb and a finger. Pinch. The shoe with the toes exposed. Open-toed shoe. A low-cut, low-heeled shoe. Edgy pump.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Support. It is important that your shoes support the arches of your feet so that your ankles don't roll in. Support. Apparently my shoes are the cause of my back pain, so I need to get custom-made insoles that provide extra support. Support. I find that it is so much easier to walk in a shoe that has arch support. Cut into. My new shoes are cutting into the back of my heel. Cut into. The straps on these sandals are cutting into my feet. Cut into. I think my feet are too wide for this shoe because the shoe is starting to cut into the sides of my feet. 2-inch heel. I can't stand high heels, so if I have to wear them, I only ever wear shoes with a 1-inch heel. 2-inch heel. I don't know how models can stand, let alone walk in 4-inch heels. 2-inch heel. I love any kind of high heel shoes, but pumps with 3-inch heels are my favorite by far. Pinch. When I bought these shoes, they fit perfectly, but now I find that they are pinching my baby toe. Pinch. Does the size down fit better, or are they pinching your feet? Pinch. I haven't yet been able to buy shoes in China because the shoe sizes are smaller, so my toes are always pinched. Insole. I always put insoles in my shoes so I don't need to worry about how comfortable a shoe is before I buy it. Insole. The doctor suggested that my mother get special insoles made for her shoes. Insole. I always wear good quality shoes, so I never needed to buy insoles.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and today we're talking about being clean.
Yeah, we're going to be doing the laundry, right?
It's a very important part of everyone's weekly schedule.
And not only important, but I find it to be a little bit difficult because, like washing machine and what clothes you should mix with what, and, how much detergent and how long. It's such a complicated process.
Well, let's say this. It might not be difficult, but it's very easy to mess up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. It's very easy to like just ruin your favorite t-shirt if you don't do laundry correctly.
Or all of your white socks turn pink, for example.
Right. So we're going to be looking at a lot of vocabulary and phrases related to this topic. And before we get started with the dialogue, why don't we take a look at vocabulary preview?
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, so central to all of these phrases and words that we're going to be hearing is a thing, an electric thing that helps us wash our clothes.
Right, a washing machine.
All right, pretty simple, right? So washing is to wash, washing, and machine. So they go together, washing machine.
Right.
Pretty simple.
So it's easy now. You just put all your clothes in this thing and it washes it for you.
Vroom, vroom,
Now, you know, a lot of people don't like to use washing machines. They say it doesn't really clean the clothes as well as doing it by hand.
Really? Well, I'd say most clothes get washed pretty well with the washing machine. But if you have those hard to get stains or some dirt, maybe it's good to have a washing board.
A washing board, yeah.
Yeah, where you can really scrub it yourself.
And, well, funny you mentioned that word stain because it's our second word that we're going to preview, a stain.
All right, a stain is some color, maybe some food or wine or grass that you can't remove from your clothes.
Right. So it's very common. You're having a nice dinner and all of a sudden you spill wine on your shirt. So you have a wine stain.
I hate that. And you can also have a stain on your carpet, right? So if you spill some coffee on your carpet, it's got a little circle that's brown forever.
Right? Or, you know, even some people have stained teeth, right?
That's right. So you can get them turned back white with a little money to your dentist.
Exactly. So those are the two words that we're going to be looking at today in vocabulary preview. So let's listen to our dialogue. Let's see what's happening with these people that are doing laundry.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. I don't want any more ruined or dyed blouses.
I know. Okay, so I had to separate the colors from the whites and put them in this strange-looking contraption so-called washing machine.
Right. You have to turn it on and program it depending on what type of clothes you're washing. For example, for delicates, you should set a shorter washing cycle. Also, be sure to use fabric softener and this detergent when washing.
So complicated. Okay, what about this red wine stain? How do I get it out?
Since this is a white t-shirt, you can just pour a little bit of bleach on it and it will do the trick.
Cool. Then I can just throw everything in the dryer for an hour and it's all set, right?
No! Since you're washing delicates and cotton, you should set the dryer to medium heat and for 20 minutes.
You know what? I'll just have everything dry cleaned.
Okay, so we've got someone who's maybe doing the laundry for the first time, and he's not really understanding the instructions he's got.
Well, that's the thing, I tell you. It's a little bit difficult, and, well, it's very tedious at times to try and do laundry like this.
Well, the first thing that's maybe tedious about it is that you have to really worry about what colors go together.
Right, so let's take a look at those words that were related to doing laundry now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, the first word we have is actually related to a joke we made earlier about pink socks. So if you change the color of something, you're dyeing it.
Okay, dye. So it's pronounced exactly the same way as, you know, to die, to not live anymore. Die. But it's spelled differently.
D-Y-E.
Okay, so it can be a verb or an adjective.
Or a noun.
Or a noun.
So something that you put on clothes to change the color is called a dye.
A dye.
But to do this, to change the color of some clothes is to dye the clothes.
So that's maybe what happens when you wash a red t-shirt with all your white t-shirts.
Then you have dyed shirts. You have pink shirts and...
And also women, when they go to the beauty salon, they dye their hair.
Exactly. So that means you change the color of your hair. It means it's a long-term change. It's not short. It's not like one day.
Right.
It means probably for a long time.
So that's the correct word, to dye. Very different. Maybe some people say to paint, which, you know, we understand, but the correct form would be to dye.
And next we have a word that describes a certain kind of clothing. We're not talking about pants or socks. We're talking about delicates.
Delicates. So now this adjective, delicate, which means it's very...
easy to break.
Fragile, right?
Yeah.
But this is a noun, delicates.
Right, so you think of something that's easy to break or to ruin, maybe you think of underwear.
Underwear.
You know, underwear is something you wear under your clothing, and so it's generally not as strong as a shirt or a pair of jeans. And so we call these in English delicates.
Very good. So you have to be careful when you're washing your delicates because it's happened to me before. You like put them in with all the clothes and then you have stretched out boxers or something like that.
Yeah, so that's why many women I know wash delicates by hand. So you separate the clothes from the delicates.
Very good. And now if you're washing delicates or you're washing towels or t-shirts, it's always a good idea to use fabric softener.
All right, fabric softener. What are these two words? One of them you understand already. Maybe it's soft softener.
So it makes it soft.
Yeah, something that makes something softer. We've got fabric softener. So that's something that makes the clothes that you wash softer.
So fabric is any type of material, right? Like a textile.
Yeah. So it could be cotton or silk
or nylon.
Linen. So these are all kinds of fabrics.
So you pour a little bit of this in your washing machine and your clothes come out really nice and soft.
It feels nice just talking about it.
All right. And well, also to wash your clothes, to actually make them clean, you use detergent.
Right. So many people might want to say the word soap because soap is what we use to wash our hands and our dishes. But here we have detergent. So this is a special soap for your clothes.
Right. Laundry detergent.
Yeah. You could just say laundry. You could say laundry detergent or simply detergent.
And now in order to remove those nasty stains that maybe are very hard, you would use a chemical called bleach.
All right. So bleach is the dangerous chemical because it smells very strong.
Right.
And it can change the color of your clothes to white or yellow. So we usually only use bleach with white clothes.
I actually had a friend who changed the color of his hair to white using bleach. He put bleach on his head and on his hair and it just turned white.
Oh, wow. So many people do that because they want to go from dark colors to light colors.
And in that case, you could say that he dyed his hair white, but usually you would say he bleached his hair.
It's so we understand that it turned white.
Exactly. So those 5 words we just looked at in language takeaway, they're important. They're related to doing laundry. So before we move on, let's listen to our dialogue again, but a little bit slower.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. I don't want any more ruined or dyed blouses.
I know. Okay, so I have to separate the colors from the whites and put them in this strange-looking contraption so-called washing machine?
Right. You have to turn it on and program it depending on what type of clothes you are washing. For example, for delicates, you should set a shorter washing cycle. Also, be sure to use fabric softener and this detergent when washing.
So complicated. Okay, what about this red wine stain? How do I get it out?
Since this is a white t-shirt, you can just pour a little bit of bleach on it and it will do the trick.
Cool. Then I can just throw everything in the dryer for an hour and it's all set, right?
No. Since you are washing delicates and cotton, you should set the dryer to medium heat and for 20 minutes.
You know what? I'll just have everything dry cleaned.
So here at English Pod, we like to also provide you listeners with some phrases that allow you to increase your fluency. So that means sound more like a native English speaker. And so today, let's check out these phrases in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so on Fluency Builder, we're going to be looking at 4 words or 4 phrases. So the first one was really easy. When she was telling the guy or instructing him how to do the laundry, she said, "Let's go through this one more time."
Go through what? The wall?
No, so it's not actually to go through an object, like to pass. So it's let's repeat or let's rehearse again.
Okay, so normally we say this when there are many different steps to do something. So let's go through this again. When you leave work, you go home, you unlock the door, you open the door, and then it means that there's a process.
Right.
You know, there are many steps, and so let's go through this again is a way for us to say let's think about and discuss this process.
Very good. So we also use it maybe when we're studying. So let's go through this subject one more time.
Can we go through chapter 5 again? I didn't understand it.
Exactly. So you would reread at chapter 5. All right. So why don't we listen to a couple of more examples of how we could use go through?
Example 1.
I want to go through chapter 5 again before the exam tomorrow.
Example 2.
David, do you have time this afternoon to go over the details of this new project?
Example 3.
I went through my contract, and it says that I am entitled to 15 vacation days a year.
Now, this next phrase is very common when we're using sarcasm, when we're trying to make jokes. So we say, so-called.
Right. So she said this so-called contraption.
It's like she doubts that it's really a washing machine. So I could say, her so-called boyfriend wants to go out tonight. So I say that because he doesn't really act like a boyfriend. Right?
So you're being sarcastic. It's a
Yeah.
very good way, an easy way of demonstrating sarcasm.
Yeah, and actually in the 1990s in America, there was a very famous TV show called My So-Called Life. And right, so this is my so-called life. It's almost like, it's not really like I have any control over it. So.
Yeah. Or I don't really have a life because it's kind of boring.
Yeah, so my so-called life, not
Right.
bragging. It's
So
a joke.
So you can say my so-called friends, my so-called job. Basically, you can almost be sarcastic with anything.
Yeah, but be careful that you know that it's a joke, because if you're trying to be serious, you might make some people angry.
Right. And now, well, she was explaining the whole process of how to do it. And when she recommended using bleach, she said that should do the trick.
Trick. So dogs do tricks, right?
Right, but to do the trick, right? What
So it's
what
got
is
a
she
different
saying?
meaning. All right, so she's saying this should work. This should fix your problem.
So that should do the trick.
So Marco, I've been having this itch on my foot, and I just can't seem to figure out what to do with it. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, you should maybe just put some ointment on it, and that should do the trick.
All right, cool. Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, so very easy. It's just a way of saying that should solve your problem.
All right, great. So that should do the trick, or it will do the trick.
And, well, we have one last phrase, all set.
All set. So this is another phrase that has two words that always go together to mean, well, we're finished. We're done.
Everything is ready.
Everything is ready.
We're all set to go on vacation. So my bags are packed. I have my passports. We are all set.
Or after a meeting, you can say, are we all set here? That means, are we finished? Is it time to leave?
Very good. So we are almost all set. Let's listen to this dialogue one last time.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. I don't want any more ruined or dyed blouses.
I know. Okay, so I had to separate the colors from the whites and put them in this strange-looking contraption so-called washing machine.
Right. You have to turn it on and program it depending on what type of clothes you're washing. For example, for delicates, you should set a shorter washing cycle. Also, be sure to use fabric softener and this detergent when washing.
So complicated. Okay, what about this red wine stain? How do I get it out?
Since this is a white t-shirt, you can just pour a little bit of bleach on it and it will do the trick.
Cool. Then I can just throw everything in the dryer for an hour and it's all set, right?
No! Since you're washing delicates and cotton, you should set the dryer to medium heat and for 20 minutes.
You know what? I'll just have everything dry cleaned.
Have you ever had any laundry mishaps? Have you ever lost a sock, dyed something?
Have I ever? I hate doing the laundry.
Why?
It's so much. It's time consuming. It takes a lot of time, and I have no patience. And so normally, at least when I was in college, I would take all of my laundry in a bag and I'd throw it in the washing machine and I'd put it on cold. Because cold water, it's okay for all colors, but hot water makes the colors bleed. I took out the clothes and put them in the dryer. And afterwards, I saw all my clothes were clean except for my 3 sweaters, which were small enough for babies.
Oh, you
And
shrunk
so,
it.
Yeah, I shrunk 3 brand new sweaters.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
too bad. The problem that I have when doing laundry is that I forget that I started doing laundry. So all of a sudden, I'm doing laundry in the morning and then the clothes are washed, but they're still in the washing machine. And I remember the next day. So then the
Ew.
clothes are kind of smelling kind of humid.
Because they're moldy.
Yeah, it's, so I have to rewash them and it's just a pain. Yeah, but doing laundry is sometimes so time consuming, but let us know what you think. Do you like doing laundry, or have you ever lost a sock? I think everyone has lost a sock or something in their washing, right? I don't know what happens.
There's a secret home for socks
It's
somewhere.
so weird.
Maybe it's in Australia or something.
So come to our website, englishpod.com. Give us all your feedback, question, comments, or suggestions, and we're always there.
All right, hope to hear from you soon, and until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. To change the color of something such as hair or clothing.
Dye.
Place with washing machines and dryers, usually coin-operated and self-service.
Laundromat.
A machine.
Contraption.
To press and smooth clothes with a heated iron.
Iron.
To accomplish the desired task.
Do the trick.
To stiffen clothes with a chemical compound.
Starch.
Ready, prepared.
All set.
A cord, rope, or wire on which clothes may be hung to dry or air.
Clothesline.
A way to clean clothes without water.
Dry clean.
Basket or space where dirty clothes are put.
Clothes hamper.
Let's try that faster. A way to clean clothes without water.
Dry clean.
A cord, rope, or wire on which clothes may be hung to dry or air.
Clothesline.
To change the color of something such as hair or clothing.
Dye.
Basket or space where dirty clothes are put.
Clothes hamper.
A machine.
Contraption.
To press and smooth clothes with a heated iron.
Iron.
Ready, prepared.
All set.
To accomplish the desired task.
Do the trick.
Place with washing machines and dryers, usually coin-operated and self-service.
Laundromat.
To stiffen clothes with a chemical compound.
Starch.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Dye. Nicole goes to the beauty salon every 3 months to get her hair dyed. Dye. My friend likes to dye her t-shirts different colors. They look really nice. Dye. Why did you dye your hair green? Contraption. He tried to fly over the Atlantic in a homemade contraption. Contraption. What does this contraption do? Contraption. Leonardo da Vinci was a great inventor that designed many different contraptions. Do the trick. If we use a piece of cork, it might stop the leaking and do the trick. Do the trick. The soup was too salty, so I added some potatoes, which did the trick. Do the trick. If the sauce tastes a bit sour, add a teaspoon of sugar. That should do the trick. All set. All set. I finished doing all the laundry. All set. We have our luggage and passport, so we are all set to go to the airport. All set. The preparations for the wedding are all set. Dry clean. If you want to remove that stain, you need to have that dry cleaned. Dry clean. I try and avoid having my clothes dry cleaned. It's too expensive. Dry clean. I took my favorite leather jacket to the dry cleaners and they lost it.